But I mean, I didn't get to keep anything, but I did come into possession of a Marnie.
Aww.
Well done.
Welcome, friends and fans, to another episode of GalaxyCon Live, where we are bringing the convention experience directly to you. Today is indeed Halloween, and so the portal is open for us to walk through with 4 amazingly talented guests from Halloweentown. So without further ado, let's weave our spells and bring them in. Our first guest is an actress whose credits include Nashville, The Magicians, and, of course, the first live-action version of April O'Neil and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Today, she joins us to discuss the role of a reluctant witch, Gwendolyn Piper. Please welcome back Judith Hoag.
Hello there.
Hello,
How
Judith.
are you?
I have been well. How was your year?
Oh, this year, it's been a good year. It's been a little bit spicy, but I really, I can't complain. I can't.
There you go.
I'm very blessed in so many ways.
As we are blessed to have you back here once again. Thank you for joining us on GalaxyCon Virtual Stage, and glad to see you back in good health and good spirit.
Thank you so much. Good to be back. Hi, everybody.
Yes. And who else is here? Actually, we have someone here joining us for the first time. She's an actress here today to discuss the role of Sophie Piper, the young witch, or Soapy, as Calabar called her. Please welcome Emily Roeske.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Emily.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I am good in my corner of the world. I'm here in Orlando, Florida, where it rains every day, but neither Disney nor the Board of Tourism wants people to know that. But anyway, so how are you doing in your corner of the world?
I'm doing great. I'm actually in St. Helens, Oregon, where Halloweentown was filmed.
You're back to the old stomping grounds, huh?
I am.
Is that like a festival they sort of do every year?
Yeah, they do a festival every year. I was here the beginning of the month, and then I came back at the end of the month, and I've been meeting lots of fans and just having a great time here.
Oh, well, we are so glad that's pretty awesome you're doing that, and so glad that you're going to talk to the fans here today in our virtual audience. Thank you for joining us here today, and let's bring out our final 2. It is a dual introduction. First, he is an actor whose body of work includes Youthful Days, Crossing Jordan, and 15 and Pregnant. Today, he joins us to discuss the role of villain and frog golem maker Cal, son of Calabar. Please welcome back Danielle Kountz. And she's an actress whose credits include Low Winter Sun, Vampire Princess Miyu, and Stephen King's Rose Red. Today, she joins us to discuss the role of rebellious young witch Marnie Piper. Please welcome back Kimberly G.J. Brown.
Hi,
guys. Happy Halloween to the 2 of you. How have you been?
Excellent. Happy Halloween to you too.
Happy Halloween. The day is finally here.
Oh, absolutely, Dee. So glad to have the 2 of you back. So glad to see the 2 of you are together and still as cute as ever.
Thank you.
Well, friends, welcome back to the GalaxyCon Virtual Stage. And Emily, welcome to the GalaxyCon Virtual Stage. Our team is going through our chat room right now, pulling out the questions for us. In the meantime, I didn't think I asked this last year. This will be a new one for Emily. I'll just throw this out. For each of you, what do you think was the craziest day you experienced on any of the Halloween Town films? So we all know regular shows are problematic enough, but when you're dealing with special effects and makeup and everything else, the danger is quintupled.
That is true. That is true. Oh, boy.
It's hard. I know there were definitely some crazy moments. I just can't think of them right now.
Oh, I know mine.
Yeah.
But I think I shared it last time. It was transforming into a monster.
Oh, yes.
And, I had the coolest prosthetic teeth and I had a great mask. But I had to wear these contacts that were, it was like they took circles of chunky sand and slapped them onto my eyeballs. And it was so uncomfortable. I'm not somebody who's ever wore contacts. I'm only late to the game wearing glasses at all. And it was so uncomfortable. And it was one of those moments where it was like, okay, that we are in a scene filled with, a ton of extras. Everybody who's on the call sheet was there. It was a lot of stuff going on. And it was like, you just have to wear your damn contacts. Darn. Whoops. And like breathe through this and become this fiend character. And I remember just thinking, if like having a new respect for anybody who wears contacts and saying thank you that I don't have to wear them. And it was just a really uncomfortable, but ultimately really fun. Once I got used to them, I was fine. And it was so much fun to become a monster.
And you looked incredible as a monster.
Yeah, scary.
Well,
awesome.
I had a lot of help. We had a really good special effects department.
Yeah.
We were really lucky.
I think last year, you were joining us from your home, and you revealed that you still have those teeth.
I do have my teeth. Yes. I think I even
You put them on
And
for
you
us.
put 'em in.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
Yes.
You put them on.
Body
teeth.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh, that was great. So, Emily, were you able to think of one?
Not a crazy moment, but a really happy moment was celebrating my birthday on the set of the first Halloweentown.
Oh.
Yeah, I turned 7 on set, so I remember there being the cake and the entire cast and crew singing happy birthday to me and my brother because it was his birthday that same week too. So that was pretty cool. I had never had my birthday like on set before, so very exciting.
That's very nice. And they don't do that as often as people think.
Right.
Those little nice little things. Usually they're just too busy.
They were incredible.
So that was very sweet.
Very
What
sweet.
what kind of cake was it?
I don't remember what flavor it was, but I do remember that it was like a photo kind of cake and it had the design of like up Halloweentown on the front. It had like cool sky background and the pumpkin and like a witch flying on a broom. So it was pretty cool. Pretty
That is
elaborate.
cool.
Yeah.
That very nice. Very nice. So how about the two of you? You got one?
Well, I was just thinking overall what it was like to film the broom flying scenes in the first and second one, how interesting it was to always be, it was basically like filming it on a giant stool. And Emily, I think you'll remember this too from the second one, but it was like a big old stool really high in the sky, that too, but and it being surrounded by like a blue or green screen and we had to sit on the stool for hours as it like lurched side to side and up and down. And it was always just an interesting thing to shoot, like as an actor to kind of go, oh, this is how they do that. And the camera would be flying all around us to get different angles and stuff. And it was fun to kind of pretend. But at the end of the day, like the stool did get a little uncomfortable. And then like, and I'm like, oh, broom flying is not as glamorous as it looks on camera, but still very fun to get to pretend. But that was always, those days were always, it was always fun for me as an actor to see how we were going to do a lot of those special effects.
Yeah.
You suffered for your art.
But also got to fly. So like it was, I mean,
That's
I would have,
cool.
I mean, I always love doing stunts and stuff like that, even though we always have great people to do them for us. But it was nice to be able to do my own broom flying.
That's pretty. I bet the Harry Potter kids can't say that.
No, they ain't got nothing on Halloween.
They have some pretty amazing broom flying though. I mean, that's
true.
yeah.
No, I'm not trying to start a console war between us. So let's put that down. So, Daniel, you got one?
Probably when I was up in the rafters, like in the big giant party at the end when Cal actually turns Gwen into that scary monster. They had me up in the rafters and it was in like an airplane hangar or something. I don't remember. It was like a big place. So I was up, I don't know, 25, 30 feet up in the air, standing on the rafters with that big giant book that was about 25, 30
So
pounds.
heavy.
And they had me like tethered to the rafter with like a big like elevator cable. So if I fell, I wouldn't die. So that's nice. Thank you, Disney. Appreciate that. that I wouldn't die if I fell.
Somehow
but,
that doesn't help though when you're up at those heights. Like, are you
it's
good with
crazy.
heights?
Yeah, thankfully I'm good with heights as long as I know I'm like tethered and I'm safe. But you really were like, I was up there looking down at everybody with this big book doing this flop sniff noff stiff flofsty spell. I'm pretty sure that
That's
wasn't
very
it.
accurate.
I mean,
Yeah.
scoff. I don't know. Something like that.
Sounds right.
So that was entertaining. That was fun.
As long as they didn't forget about you. A few weeks ago, I hosted some guys from another sci-fi show, and one guy said, "Yeah, I was up in the rafters, and they went to go fix something, and then they broke for lunch, and they forgot about me."
Oh no!
And he was
so Hollywood.
And he was in a spacesuit costume, so I was like,
Oh, no.
Yeah, space is a vacuum. No one can hear you.
Yeah. Goodness. Well, thank you for indulging my capricious curiosity. We are good to go on our audience questions. So I say let's go ahead and jump into it. Roll our first one from Jean, who wants to know, does everybody have a Halloween tradition?
Ooh. Besides eating copious amounts of candy corn?
I don't get candy corn. I know you love your candy corn. I do not.
He doesn't either.
Candy corn.
I like it. I'm with you, Kimberly.
Daniel, are you with me?
I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, it's like a big ball of wax. Like, okay, good, delicious. Like those wax lips that you used to like when you were a kid. You know, it tastes real good for a second, and then all of a sudden you're like, this probably isn't good for me.
Yeah, but candy corn tastes good the whole time.
Okay.
Sure.
The whole time.
It
does actually.
We had a similar debate about this.
And it's safe at your house. You're the only one who'll eat it.
That's true.
Because I eat everything else. She brings home something good, and I'm like, mine.
Candy everybody wants. It's not safe.
Yes.
We had a very similar debate about candy corn yesterday for the cast of Nightmare Before Christmas, your Disney Halloween cousins, and I think we came to the consensus that candy corn was kind of we love candy corn because as a kid you could just stick it in your mouth. I got fangs, sure.
Yes.
I just saw somebody. They equated candy corn with fruitcake. And that some people like fruitcake.
I don't like
that. Is true. I guess that's the debatable dessert of the winter holidays.
You should put candy corn in the fruitcake. I think that would be perfect.
That could be candy corn's redemption.
No, I saw the strangest flavor of candy corn yesterday. I had to take a picture of it. It's Brock's, like candy brand. It's turkey dinner, apple pie, and coffee flavored candy corn.
Did you try it?
No, I wouldn't spend money on that.
I kind of would. I'd be like,
I would try the coffee. I would be really concerned about the turkey dinner.
It's all in one.
It's all in one bag.
No, that's a hard pass.
I think they're lying about it.
I'm not. I have a picture of it.
I don't think you can.
I took a picture of it.
Oh, you've got a picture.
Oh, let's blow her up.
Man, we're all looking in. Looking in. I want to see it.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Apple pie coffee.
Wow.
Is that great?
I might be a
I don't know about that one. They're trying a little too hard, perhaps.
Maybe my family did it wrong, but I never drank coffee.
You just can't be
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, that's not like a Thanksgiving.
I don't get that.
Maybe afterwards with the pumpkin.
Exactly, coffee and dessert. Sure. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Carve me off. Give me the drumstick and give me another cup of Joe, Mama.
Coffee.
It's like
No.
One thing we did realize too, candy corn kind of, but the candy corn pumpkins, which is the same corn syrup, whatever, are somehow more palatable. I don't know why. I think it's just the texture or something.
Yeah, they're like bigger marshmallow. It's that. Yeah, it's a more condensed taste.
Yeah.
So, Kimberly, are you a Twizzlers or a Red Vines?
Ooh, probably more of a red vine person.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Red Vines is that waxy thing.
Yeah. And but see, sometimes Twizzlers taste kind of waxy to me because it doesn't have like that full cherry flavor.
Aren't they just kind of perfection in a stick?
Twizzlers.
Red vine.
All right, the candy corn. The debate continues, and unfortunately, we
it just becomes a candy panel for the rest of the hour.
Okay. Besides candy corn, does anybody else have any Halloween traditions they can share with us?
Oh god.
I know as a kid, instead of like a cool little bag to put all your candy in, we always used pillowcases. So it was like every year was no matter if you could get a different bag or not. It's like, no, pillowcase. That's what you're supposed to do.
They're bigger too.
No, they're bigger. You can fit a lot of candy.
My
in a
kids
pillowcase.
did them, and
Sling
then
them over
they
your
weighed
shoulder.
their pillowcases
Yeah.
to see how who had more candy.
I'm
It was a
I'm-
contest.
I'm doing a pillowcase tonight because I'm going as Charlie Brown and with all the extra holes.
Oh, cool.
So you need the pillowcase to put the rocks in.
Yeah.
Oh,
The regular
You see
candy
Lucy.
bag will fall through.
Like, Lucy.
So pillowcases, candy corn. Who's got
Roasting,
another one?
roasting pumpkin seeds. Every time I pumpkins,
That's a
I
good
have to
one,
roast
then.
pumpkin seeds. My mom always did it. I always do it now. So that's my tradition.
For me, it's going to the pumpkin patch and
Yeah.
getting the pumpkin.
That's a good one
That's
too.
you.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And where I live now, there's like this insane pumpkin patch, and it's all these like, what color pumpkin would you like? Would you like the
Oh.
white pumpkins? Do you want the crazy bumpy pumpkins? Do you want the
Mhm.
perfectly round pumpkins? And it's outside, and it's just like a whole event.
Nice.
So that part's
That's
fun.
awesome.
That sounds nice. Yeah, you can in Florida. You can always tell somebody who just moved from the Midwest when they put out a jack-o'-lantern more than a day before Halloween. It's like
Right.
that's gonna be mush in
You know?
more than Well, Gene, thank you. Great question and a happy Halloween to you.
Thank you, Gene.
Happy Halloween, Gene.
Yeah, same one from Alex and Madeline. Do you have a favorite blooper you can recall during the filming?
I remember during the first one when Jay Paul and I were filming the scene when we were spying on the orange Halloweentown bus in the beginning, and we were hiding behind like a hay bale and we were like arguing. And one of the takes, he had accidentally, when we crouched down, his foot was on the back of my cloak. So I went to get up and like, and I'm like, he's like, where'd that bus come from? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm not missing it. And I went to go and I just went, whoop, and like face planted,
That's a good one.
which I wish we still had somewhere. But yeah, that one comes to mind. I'm sure there were plenty others of me falling, but that's one I can remember.
I know
Yeah.
for me, it was generally not on camera, but didn't we have a swear jar?
Yes.
Did I have to? I think I have a potty mouth.
Do you?
Do I? As evidenced by my children who have potty mouth. But I think I was one to drop a few swears around the kids. But I think you
Much
guys
to our
kinda
delight,
liked it,
I have
though,
to
'cause it
say.
was- yeah,
Yeah.
right? Because kids love it.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious and we make money. So,
That's true, yeah.
Plus, I tried to like find that balance with you guys of treating you like peers because we're working together and friends, and then also but having to be the grown up on the set. I don't know how successful I was with that.
oh
think
no,
you did
you were
great.
always great. Yes.
Amazing.
Nice,
My
very
favorite, I wouldn't really, I don't know if you could call it a blooper, but in the scene where I tell the dog to chase the bone when Penny turns bad, the original dog that was supposed to be in that was a bulldog, super fat, super cute bulldog. And I have like pictures with this dog, but the dog was so fat and lazy that every time they said to go, the dog would not run. The dog just sat there. So they had to change it out. They had to change out the dog to like a different dog. But I'm like, every time I look back at my scrapbooks, I remember that cute bulldog. And I'm like, how cute would that dog have been in that movie if only he had just done his job and ran after the bone. But he was like, nope, I'm sitting here. I'm not going.
You know, some actors audition so well, but when
Yes.
they get to the set,
No.
they
They
just
don't bring
Can't
the
do it.
goods.
they
Yeah.
poop the bed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Daniel,
Well, it's another rafters story, I guess. I mean, I
Cool.
got a lot of memories from being up in the rafter.
Well,
So
yeah.
like my
You were the
character's supposed to.
villain, you know.
I was the villain. I'm up top. I'm looking down. So I'm
Yeah.
supposed to fly down onto the stage after I turn everybody all these crazy things, and they had me on this little rig where somebody on the crew like was holding on to it, and I kind of come down, kind of like I'm rappelling down. But on one of the takes, it slipped out of the dude's hand while I was up in the air. So I basically just fell straight onto the stage. Really? And it's a blooper because I landed okay. Like I was like, bam, landed in my sweet like alligator shoes that they put me in. Oh, wham! And there was like a shock wave that went all the way up my body. But I'm like, the show must go on. So I'm still trying to like zap people waiting for a cut. And they're finally like cut and they come running up. I'm like, well, that was death defying. Thanks. Appreciate it. Glad I'm not dead. So that was a blooper now, I guess. At the time, a little terrifying.
Safety on sets.
Safety first.
Hollywood needs to be better.
For your art.
For the art. I suffered. It turned out great.
Dedicated actor.
Bless your heart.
There you go. Alex, Madeline, thank you. Great question. And what we have next? From Catherine. What will you be dressing up for Halloween if you are?
In
other words, what's on tonight? Now you kids, again on your Instagram, you were showing your costumes last night. What were they? For those of you who don't follow you, they should. We
dressed up as WandaVision, one of our favorite shows from this year. Kind of dove full on to the Marvel universe this year. I'd seen some of the movies. He'd seen them all, but then we watched WandaVision, and then I had to go back and start from Iron Man. So now I've seen everything. But yeah, we had to. I just loved that show so much. So we decided to try on their suits for size. It was nice.
That was great. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
It was well done.
Thank you. It's a different kind of witch. Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. And I got to be old school Vision as opposed to like new current Vision. So that's pretty cool too. Tights, lots of tights.
If only it came with their magic powers. I was hoping that the costumes would have some, have their abilities with it.
I know. I tried levitating and it just didn't work. I just looked weird, like walking around on my tiptoes.
He was trying, but no.
Emily, are you dressing up since you're
there? I'm not. Just my kids.
What?
Yeah, I didn't have a costume this year, but both my daughters dressed up as witches, so that was really cute. I didn't even have to coax them into it. They picked it on their own, so very cute. One of them is like a red witch with bats on it, and my youngest she calls herself a scary witch, and she's wearing a Barbie witch costume, full on.
Oh, that's frightening.
Pink, cute little witch. Said, I'm so scary.
Just give her a little blood.
Yeah.
Just a little.
But
just a little.
She's scary on her own. She's scary. She's the youngest of 4, and
she's at that age. That's terrifying.
Yeah, she's monster mavis because she's scared of everybody.
There you go. Judith, have you had an opportunity to dress up this weekend?
Here we go. I'm dressed. No, I am on mom duty. My mom, I'm at my mom's house. And so I think what I'll be doing is sitting on the couch and trying to get her to stay in one spot and not run around. So that I guess my costume is going to be daughter who makes mother sit in one spot.
The mom to your mom.
I'm going to be a mom. I played somebody on television.
Or I would call your costume the good daughter.
There we go.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You are absolutely welcome.
There will be one.
There's the costume.
Very good look.
You guys look great.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It was very fun.
Really good.
That was Daniel. Come on, all that on your face. That is like
he's a good sport.
That's a really good recreation of that Halloween version of the Vision with the string and
it's a good classic.
Classic Vision.
Comic book. Thank you.
Yeah, a comic book Vision as a Halloween costume put together. Yeah, so
it's many layers. It's a thinker.
You're an onion.
Yeah, that's right.
I host a cosplay contest, so I have to say, wow, that's on a lot of levels, bro. Good job.
Yeah, well, thank you. I was thinking of all of those levels.
Subtext with subtext.
So many texts.
And there you have it. Great question. And what do we have next? There's one from Kathy, who wants to know, what is your favorite Halloween movie to watch?
Ooh, there's so many.
We all get quiet as we think.
I know.
Well, one of my favorite Halloween programs overall that I loved when I was a kid too is You're a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
That always gets me into like the fall Halloween spirit. It was my favorite thing when it came on, on the Friday night, like as fall started. So that's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Pet Sematary. Like, I know that as a kid that scared the bejeebus out of me. Really freaky Stephen King. I think it was a short story that got turned into. I think it was a short. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Full novel.
Oh, it was a full novel.
Yeah.
You would know. Yep, it was a full novel. It got turned into a movie. And the cool thing is the second Halloweentown was directed by Mary Lambert, who directed Pet Sematary. So I was like, oh my god, that's the coolest thing in the world.
That's right.
Very
Full
cool.
circle.
Yeah, look at that.
That's right. That
I'll
also
be the one to say it. Halloweentown. Sorry.
That's
right.
That's a good one.
That's absolutely fine.
I think I've heard of that one.
It just is. I love it.
Our audience would agree.
Yes.
Mhm.
For me, it's not really Halloween movies, like Halloween themed. It's more like scary movies.
Mhm.
So a really good one that I saw not too long ago was Rosemary's Baby.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, creepy movie. Really, that's like goes back with Ruth Gordon, who's just brilliant. It's like Mia Farrow in the, she's iconic with that hair and the whole. I would say that's a really good vintage, creepy, scary movie.
Great.
Yeah.
Scary.
You're saying
out.
again on a panel yesterday, both Rosemary's Baby and Pet Sematary were both mentioned as well. So
Yeah.
good mind. Great
It
minds.
must have been
think alike.
another vintage person.
Yes. Oldies but goodies.
Yes.
Oh, this back in the day. When I was a child.
We didn't have scary movies when I was your age. We just scared people in real life.
Yes. I get scared. Here's the thing for me. I'm one of those people who sits down and suspends my disbelief immediately. So I find watching scary movies physically painful. I have friends who can watch them, no problem. They're horror fans. It's their life.
Yeah.
And I suffer. I have to talk through the movie and take breaks and no.
I don't blame you. I'm the same way. I just I get too physically anxious. I can't do it.
Physically anxious.
I love horror movies. I can sit through any horror movie. I don't get scared.
Oh my God.
I cannot go through haunted houses. I cannot.
Oh, I love it.
I'm dangerous in haunted houses. I was people.
I was just sitting on an airplane watching The Quiet Place 2.
Oh.
And literally I was like, the person next to me was like, are you okay? I was like, I'm sorry, I'm watching it scared. And nothing happened. Somebody jumped out of I'm lame.
No.
Fully lame.
No,
not
Kimberly,
at all.
you and I can go. We'll hold hands and we'll.
There we
huddle
go. Yes.
We'll watch scary.
We'll
movies.
bring a blankie
Watch
and just
like
hide behind
Right.
it. Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
have weighted
exactly.
blankets.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll work. That'll help.
My own 2 cents. I'm kind of from the generation of the horror hosts, hey, you kids, we got a real spooky movie today, Bathtub of Blood, and and those goofy UHF channels with that shows and stuff. So I love the old Universal classic, black and white monsters,
I love
and
those.
Vincent Price's films and stuff like that. So the slasher stuff. Yeah, and of course, I enjoy the childlike, evocative Halloween stuff, like the Halloweentown series and Nightmare on Christmas. I just love that stuff. And yes, of course, I'm going as Charlie Brown from Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown.
There you go. Yeah, that's awesome.
There you go. So it says we're on the same page here. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
Kathy, great question. Thank you so much. And let's roll another one. And here's one from Maria. I will rephrase this. Have you found yourself in possession of anything from the sets?
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
That will change my
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes.
Cannot confirm nor deny if currently possess. Yes, I have the bat from the first movie that was Calabar's assistant, the puppet that comes up out of his coffin to tell Calabar that we've arrived. Disney gave me that after filming, which was so nice of them. And I have the book from the famed book, and I have Marnie's outfit from the second one, and I have the little broom that Marnie used in the second one that she always had in her pocket and like made bigger when she needed to fly. I have like the stand-in version of it
awesome.
somewhere. So yeah, little pieces from
those are excellent pieces.
Yeah.
You were smart. Very smart.
I also got to keep the book. We all got a copy of the book in the first movie, right?
Yeah, I remember. I think the producers. I thought you did.
I did. You did. Sorry,
that's okay.
Sad.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
what
I
I got
didn't-
to keep.
Well, Judith, they were kids, so
They were kids, of
maybe,
course.
but
yes, yeah.
I also accidentally walked
anything.
off with wardrobe from Halloweentown High. I was wearing a ring with stars on it, and I was only on set for like 2 weeks, so I was just like, I'm done, and I forgot I had the ring on and walked off with it. So I also am in possession of that.
And may or may not be in possession.
Yes.
Allegedly, cannot confirm or deny. Yes.
Daniel, what did you
Well, I should have done that with the leather jacket. I should have just accidentally walked off with
that was a good jacket.
Because I tried getting that jacket and they were like, no. And I'm like, you got like 3 of them. And they're like, no. I'm like, okay. But I mean, I didn't get to keep anything, but I did come into possession of a Marnie.
Aww.
Well
done.
Later in life.
Yeah, later,
Right.
much
Not
later.
from that.
But not from
Appropriate
that.
age.
Yes.
The appropriate
But it wasn't
Yes.
creepy.
legal age.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
That's
I know,
that's
but you guys, Kimberly, you were 16?
Yes.
16?
16 or 17? No, I think I was 16. Yeah.
16, yeah, because we did the second one really fast.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was 37 at the time.
Yeah. So,
Okay, yeah.
well, yeah.
You look
so it's
like-
good you waited.
Well, yeah. Wait a couple years.
Oh, there you go, Maria. Fun question. Thank you. And what's next from Steven?
Interesting.
Ooh.
Where do you think your characters are now?
Hmm.
If you could pick up the story right now. Interesting.
Very good question, Stephen. Well, I think Marnie would still be. I always thought maybe Marnie would like to she loved to introduce new programs and things in Halloweentown and the mortal world to kind of help everybody coexist and see each other equally. And so I don't know, maybe she'd still be in some kind of position teaching, or maybe he's like mayor of Halloweentown or something, like kind of still trying to I don't know, initiate new and fun things for both worlds now that we can freely travel between both any day we want. But yeah.
I really like the idea of her teaching a unified class of students from both worlds.
Yes. That
I
that
really
would be
like that.
something she'd be definitely into, considering that she kind of did a smaller version of that in Halloweentown High, and helping the creatures, kind of feel what it was like to be in the mortal world.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
You should run the town.
That's what I see theories about a lot about. They want to see a new Halloweentown where Marnie is the mayor of Halloweentown.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Well, let's just float that idea out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have a controversial theory about Sophie.
Oh,
I think she may have gone to the dark side for a little
I
bit.
do too.
Oh.
Don't you think so?
Interesting.
But
Wow.
now maybe she's back to the good side. But I think she may have gone bad for a little while at a certain point in her life.
She did have a lot of amazing powers, like
Very
early
powerful.
on, very powerful. Yeah.
A little bit of the underdog, maybe kind of didn't get the, I don't know,
the love her mother was.
the love her mother. Yeah, maybe there was some,
Hide her cookies and fathers.
Yes,
I
there could be a little bit of a dark side to Sophie.
I don't think that she willingly went. I just think messing around with magic or anything else, or
Possibly, yeah.
the spirits or influences of old adversaries could have gotten a little bit into her head.
Mhm.
You went undercover and you just got in too deep.
Maybe that's
What
what
happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think.
I
But
think
ultimately,
Gwen would have embraced magic at that, by the end there, and that probably would have, you become your parents, whether you like it or not. You kind of become them, and there are traits about them, and I think that I would have moved back into my roots because clearly was not doing the human thing very well. I was clunky. I was a clunky human. But I mean, I can see that there's still, potentially more story to tell.
Totally. See, weirdly enough, I could see your character taking over Halloweentown. I could see more of that with yours and Marnie sort of being up and coming on her own character arc. So.
Well, and I also think that you would have a daughter who kicked your ass, who was like, you get to have yourself.
I think so too. Yeah.
Which would be really, really fun.
Yeah.
And then it'd be really interesting to see Cal come back.
Yes.
Because he kind of
I mean, we did say,
I forget what happened.
Well, I threw a big hissy fit at the end, and I got all mad, stomped my feet, and spun around and flew away in like a ball of fire or something.
Like I'd like to see you and Rob come back, Robert, and just like
that would be fun.
Oh yeah,
right?
Father and son.
Back.
Yeah, for like a big revenge.
It was kind of left open for that,
It was because we said he would be back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make good on your promise.
Yeah.
I really hope people at Disney are watching this. These are some good ideas. All right, Steve, great question. Thank you. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll see some of these realized. And what do we have next? From Moon McBee. If you could choose one spell for the movies to be real, which would it be?
Spell?
I know right off the bat. There was one spell that we did in the third movie when everybody came to stay at our house, and we created, through a doorway, we created an entire dormitory.
Yes.
Sorry. And that's me. And we it was like rooms and hallways and stuff, and it was just this spell that we did that they kind of did a similar thing in Harry Potter when they went to the Quidditch cup, and they had their tents, and they just looked like ordinary tents, and then you walked inside, and it was like this amazing kind of thing. We did a spell like that, and that I would dearly love to be able to do that spell.
Yeah, that was your gorgeous house extension, because that was Jake Paul and Dylan and I are standing there trying to do it, and then you just kind of step in and bam, there it is. So that would
Mama
be
mic
cool.
drop.
It would save a ton in construction fees, just permits, not all, just you wouldn't have to time and money.
Yeah. That could be Gwen's new job.
There you go. Yeah. Interior designer.
There you go.
Yeah. Specializing in the supernatural.
We did
the
that.
supernatural
I
rooms.
was on the Magicians, and we would they'd actually employ the same thing, where it was like you'd walk into the house, and from the front it looked like one thing, and then you walk inside and it was like we were in a Greek temple.
That's
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, we were. I was a demented mother, I'll tell you that.
I like any of the portal opening up ones, like to open up a portal and go somewhere else, especially in Los Angeles with the traffic and everything. I know we always talk about the traffic, but I'm like, oh, you want me to get across town? Okay, bloop, da bloop, da bloop. And then you just walk through instead of hopping on the 405. That'd be great.
How's that spelled out?
Bloop, da bloop, da bloop.
Great.
You think, I just opened up one.
Notes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that spell. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I don't have a spell, but as far as a power, to teleport things, because I just think about it as a mom. The minute you sit down, your kid wants something, I could just be like, here, there you go. Their water bottle would float to them. Whatever they want would just float to them. So that's what I would
That's
pick.
just that mild kind of telekinesis.
Yes.
Where are my keys? Oh, come
that
here.
too. That too. I'm always
Yeah.
losing my keys. Yes.
The
Perfect.
time traveling spell in the second movie was interesting.
yeah.
I feel like that could be something fun, but it could also be a fine line of being dangerous, because in the slight mispronunciations that Marnie did, we either ended up with the caveman, and then we ended up too close to where we were trying to go. So it was a fun power to have, but it definitely taught me that it's a very it has to be said very precisely.
Yeah.
So I liked that a lot. And also
Cool.
flying on the broom. I think if I could fly anywhere, whenever I wanted, I would that would be probably one of my, a power that I would love to have. Yeah.
I'd have to put a bicycle seat on it to work for me, but that's just me.
Yeah, comfort. It's all about comfort.
It is.
Yes, exactly. And Moon McBee, thank you. Great question. And I think we have time for one more. So let's see. We go on a really fun one. And from Smooth Rick, other than candy corn, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Chocolate peanut butter cups. Anything with chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh,
Could throw in some dark chocolate. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a dark chocolate. Or that's the pumpkin. There you
This
go.
the
That has
pumpkin
the
one,
extra
yeah.
thick
But yeah,
peanut
but
butter inside.
That's mine too.
the dark chocolate Reese's.
Yes, I mean,
Oh.
just
What about the white chocolate? White chocolate Reese's?
White
Oh, you mean
chocolate.
Those are good
these?
too. Oh, he's got one. Look at that.
Oh,
The
man,
assortment,
he's got
there's
all
the
kinds
milk
of
chocolate
Reese's.
and the white chocolate ghost. So.
White chocolate is something else that is not chocolate.
You're not wrong, but this is pretty good. I must admit.
Oh,
There
it's
it
a
is.
fangs.
Dang.
It's
Man,
fangs.
you got all
Wow,
kinds
they're
of good
getting all
stuff
kind.
in
They're
there.
getting creative over there.
Yeah,
At Hershey's.
Yeah.
Mine's a tie between, and it's great because nobody ever wants these. Almond Joy and Butterfingers.
I like Butterfingers.
I
Oh,
would
okay,
trade
yeah.
my
Okay,
candy
okay.
for that.
Those are good.
Those are good
Butterfingers are
ones.
I always loved atomic fireballs as a kid too. The cinnamon.
wow.
Nobody I most people I know do not love cinnamon in that kind of intensity, but
Yeah.
I would take the burnt spots on my tongue and everything just to revel in the cinnamony goodness for a few minutes.
Yeah, so fireballs are good. Butterfingers are peculiar. There's almost an acquired taste as a kid.
I love
Because
those.
when you first bite into them, the texture is like roofing material or something.
Yeah.
But it's
It can
Yeah.
stick to your teeth
I
and
like
stuff.
the
It's a little
texture.
yeah.
yeah, but it's very bizarre. It all works. And there you have it. Smooth Rick, thank you very much. Panelists, this has been an absolute delight once again. Any final words for our audience before we take our leave?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Because Halloween is cool. So happy
Halloween
Halloween.
is cool. And
Yeah.
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 I hope you all have a spooky day and eat lots of candy.
Lots of candy.
There you have it.
Don't pick up hot pennies.
No, don't do that.
Once again, it's been my absolute pleasure to serve you all again. Thank you for joining us on the GalaxyCon virtual stage. Thank you to our audience for joining us today. Thank you for your great questions. Have a happy and safe Halloween. And remember, as always, smiles are free. Spend them often.